algebra students, one of the trickiest things for new and struggling students in the land of algebra is keeping the rules for multiplication straight with the rules for addition and subtraction. People tend to get them mixed up. So let's go ahead and review both of those concepts before we get to the types of problems that have both in them. So this just says simplify, and first example says 9t plus 5t. Well, I can see what I'm being asked to do here with 9t and 5t. This sign here tells me they're adding. And remember, we can only combine, that means add and subtract, like terms. That means the variable is the same. And we can see these are like terms. This is a t, and this is a t. So we have some number of t's and some other number of t's. We can combine them. So if I have 9 of something and I add 5 more of that something, I'll end up with 14. 14 what? Well, 14 of that something. So notice when you're combining, that's adding and subtracting, we only combine like terms. And then you add or subtract the coefficients, the numbers out front. But the variable portion does not change. All right, now let's compare that to the next example. We still have a 9t and a 5t, but this time we can see that they're shoved together, and the only thing between them is these parentheses. That tells me they're multiplying. This is 9t times 5t. Now the good news is you can multiply together any kind of algebraic expression. They don't have to be like, and the way we do that is we just multiply together the coefficients. So 9 times 5 is 45. And then we put the variable portion, the part with the letter on the back side. But remember, guys, if you have a repeated factor, so you have a number that's multiplying more than once, in this case, t is multiplying more than once. And yes, it's a number. It's a mystery number, but it's a number. So when you have it more than once, that's when you're going to use exponents. So if I have t times t, I'm going to write that as t squared. So let's sum that up just like we summed up addition, subtraction. So with multiplication and division, any numbers can multiply. They don't have to be like. And as we said, you're going to multiply the coefficients first, the numbers out front. And then you're going to put the variables. And make sure you use exponents for any repeated factors if you see the same variable more than once. All right. Now, let's look at number 9. Oh, sorry, the next expression, I mean. It says 9 times the quantity of t plus 5. How come I said the quantity this time? Well, because I have a grouping inside this parentheses. I have terms, more than one number adding or subtracting. In this case, I have 2 terms, a t and a 5. And so I say 9 times the quantity of t plus 5. And remember, multiplication passes out to every term in the grouping. And so what we're going to see is this 9 is going to multiply with the first term, t. And of course, 9 times t is 9t. And then the 9 is going to multiply with the second term, the positive 5. And 9 times positive 5 is positive 45. And now take a look at this. There is still an addition sign here. So I should check to see if I can add. But notice, this is a t term. It has a letter, a variable of t. And this is a constant term, meaning that it's just a number with no variable, no letter. These two terms are not like, I cannot add them, I am done, I should stop. All right, that is a good little review of all the different types of simplifying we've done in algebra up till now. So you should be ready to go on and look at these examples we're learning this lesson that have both addition and multiplication, and honestly, distribution as well. All three things going on in the same examples. You've got this.